What y'all arrest him? What y'all arrest him for?
None of your business.
Okay, it is my business. This is my community.
Interrupting my traffic
No, I'm not.
And interrupting my search.
No, I'm not.
Back up for me over there, please. No more for me in the grass, please. Back in the grass, please.
Why?
Because I told you to.
I'm not detained.
Back in the grass.
I'm not detained.
In the grass.
I'm not detained, am I?
You are interfering with my search.
How? How am I interfering?
I cannot conduct my investigation.
Yes, you can. I'm right. I'm way over here. I'm way over here.
Telling you to do.
I'm way over here.
Please, I'm asking you.
You don't get to tell everybody what to do.
Thank you. You're under arrest.
For what?
Interfering with public duties. Hands behind the back.
Can I give him my phone to her?
Have any of you remembered or seen this unlawful arrest here, where Andrew Hedges was unlawfully arrested for the unforgivable act of recording police activity in the course of their duties from a respectable distance? The same unlawful arrest in which the Montgomery County Constables tried to gaslight the public into thinking that he was in the wrong by interfering with public duties as he apparently refused to obey their unlawful orders to move back several times. The same unlawful arrest in which the Assistant District Attorney, Lee Romero, testified in a statement that the reason he was arrested was because he was recording the police activity. If any of you are unaware of the events that happened here, don't blame yourselves. YouTube has consistently failed to deliver the impressions, as we call it, to the original video and anybody else who highlighted this objectively bogus arrest. But oh my freaking goodness, there is so much more to this than meets the eye. You see, recently, Andrew's significant other, that being Amanda, has contacted us and given us details about Andrew's incarceration. The details goes as following via email. He was arrested for interference of public duties after allegedly recording police during a vehicle search. While that's the accusation, holding him for this long without any formal legal proceedings is a massive red flag regarding his right to due process. What's making things even more complicated is that his court dates keep getting reset because of a separate felony charge. Here's the kicker. The alleged misdemeanor, interference of public duties, and the felony charge happened about a year apart. It seems like these unrelated incidents are being tangled together, causing completely unacceptable delays in his current case, which is a violation of his Sixth Amendment right to a speedy and fair trial. To make matters worse, the prosecutor has not responded to discovery requests from his court-appointed lawyer, further hindering his legal process. Even more violation of the Sixth Amendment. 5 months without a court date or arraignment for a misdemeanor is an egregious violation of his fundamental rights. This prolonged incarceration without proper legal steps is just unacceptable. Oh, it's more than unacceptable if you ask me. And it desperately needs the kind of attention your platform can provide to those who fight for transparency and accountability. This is where the rest of you come in. We need your help to expose this objectively unlawful arrest and corruption by helping us further in the YouTube algorithm so we can recommend this to other people. You can do this by hitting a thumbs up button down below, subscribing, and leaving us a comment on what you think about this, positive or negative. Now, if you want to read the rest of this for yourselves, you can pause the video right here. In one part it goes over how this misdemeanor charge can only have a maximum sentence of 6 months, which we are going on 6 months at the time of me recording this. Now, before we show you what led up to this felony charge, I took it upon myself to ask Amanda a few more questions about this. Is Andrew back home with you currently, or is still being held in a cage? And how long has he been held in a cage for at this point? He remains incarcerated and has been in detention since January 13th. And then we got a big one right here. What is the current status on his charges, both felony and misdemeanor? For the felony charge, Andrew is charged with manufacturing/intent to deliver. At the time of his arrest for the misdemeanor, he was out on a bond for his felony, having been released in March of 2024. The conditions of his bond required daily check-ins, random drug testing, and monthly payments for associated fees and fines. A jury trial for the felony charge is currently scheduled for September 15th, 2025. Andrew is presently representing himself pro se in this matter. He did not have a warrant out for his arrest. When viewing the jail roster, it is misleading when it says that his arrest type was arrested on warrant. Then we get some real corruption with this misdemeanor charge. He was charged with interference with public duties on January 13th. We obviously know this, which led to his current incarceration. Regarding this misdemeanor, Andrew has not yet been arraigned, nor has he had a court date. The court date has been repeatedly reset and is currently scheduled for September 5th, 2025, pending resolution of the felony case. He currently has a court-appointed attorney who has stated she requested discovery from the prosecutor. I'm assuming she requested it when she was assigned on May 2nd, 2025. As of June 2nd, communication with the attorney has ceased, and there has been no confirmation that discovery has been received. Documentation, including links to videos of the search demonstrating Andrew was recording from a reasonable distance and complied with instructions to back up, has been provided to the attorney, as we saw in the very beginning of this video. Now before we continue, let's take a look at this felony arrest of his, and just take a look at everything that we are able to gather from it from face value.
Yes or no question? Huh? Yes. Okay. Was it on you?
Take it off.
Was it on you whenever you were riding the bike?
Was it on me when you...
Was it on you when you were riding the bike? So by you dropping it onto a sidewalk doesn't make it, oh, it was on the sidewalk. You have no reason to run your dog around and this and that. That's bullcrap. You know it. 509, she's security.
You ever... No, she just tapped the bag. Why is that not on camera? The dog.
The dog's on camera.
She's gonna tear my stuff up. See, she tapped the bag and made it go back to the bag. Ain't no sense.
No, dogs are trained to alert, and that's the alert that they're trained to do for the odor of narcotics.
I've seen that dog walk back and forth by my bike.
Yes or no?
Upward.
So by you dropping it onto a sidewalk doesn't make it, oh, it was on the sidewalk. You have no reason to run your dog around and this and that. I don't know. It's the first time, actually the second time I've done it.
And check here. You won't get the no dirt. No, he doesn't have any dirt on his paws or anything. You'll be fine.
Why is that not on camera?
What?
The dog.
He is. He's on multiple cameras. Easy.
Tap the bag and make it go
Easy.
back to the bag.
Easy.
Look through my bag. Somebody did the same thing.
Come on. Acha, acha.
Now obviously the biggest elephant in the room with this compilation of videos is the colossal failure to catch everything on body cam and dash cam, both video and audio. Brianna Ortega, the constable who stopped this man in the first place, failed to turn on her audio on her dash cam, and both her and Brent Zatzkin only turned on their body cams long after this guy was put in cuffs and detained. That's not to mention all the video footage that was cut out of this. Keep in mind, I did not cut any of that out. It was like that when I first saw it. In other words, there is no sufficient evidence to justify the cops' claims that this guy was committing the crime of manufacturing or intent to deliver. But you know what makes that even worse is the fact that Brianna Ortega actually manipulated her canine into giving a false hit. I'm not sure if all of you noticed, it is a very subtle thing that she did here. But that canine passed over that backpack twice until she intentionally tapped the bag herself and got the dog to just sit there in front of it. Meaning that this search and seizure was completely fabricated. But you know what? Just for a moment, let's just assume that all these charges are justified. This felony charge of manufacturing or intent to deliver. Let's just pretend that they actually had enough probable cause to search this backpack, and let's pretend that the canine did not give a false hit. This all happened all the way back in January of 2024. Why in the heck is it taking this long to go to court for this? And better yet, why is it taking this long for this man to get out of a cage for a misdemeanor that he never even committed in the first place? If you want my humble opinion, it's because Montgomery County hates this man. They are angry at this individual because he refused to let the constables search his stuff. They despise him because he actively chooses to record the police everywhere he goes. And as a result, they are violating and have continued to violate many of his rights, including the 6th Amendment, 14th Amendment, and I'd even argue the 8th Amendment to cruel and unusual punishment, along with malicious prosecution, if you know what I mean. We need to expose Montgomery County, Texas, everywhere across the planet. We need to put this disgusting county on blast. That is why I encourage you to take a look at the description or the pinned comment down below to see the contact information to the Montgomery County Constables, specifically the 5th Precinct, and the District Court and their attorney for all of you to hold accountable. And demand the release of Andrew Hedges. Please make sure to be as respectful as can be if you decide to redress your grievances, especially bringing up Brianna Ortega or Brent Zatskin, the 2 main perpetrators of this man's unlawful arrests. But just like the acronym of our channel says, please do let all of them hear our roar. Now, another way you can help Andrew Hedges fight these charges is by going to his channel of Duck the Police. Make sure to go subscribe to that channel and let them know that recognizing our rights said hello. Not only that, everybody, but both of these unlawful arrests are clear-cut examples of why you need an attorney at your side at all times, to protect yourself, your family, and your pets if you have them, especially when it comes to your freedom. And I wholeheartedly believe that if Andrew Hedges did have this ability to have an attorney at his side, it's highly unlikely that the constables would have been able to ruin his life. That is why we encourage you once again to check out the description, the pinned comment, or the QR code on screen so you can get started immediately with Attorney Shield. This amazing app developed by Long Island Audit and Lackluster is something that will allow you to have an attorney on speed dial for these exact situations, as well as having the ability to let you record your interactions with nobody being able to stop you. If you want to protect yourselves as soon as possible from dirty cops like this, make sure to use our promo code of ROR1776 upon checkout of any plan you decide on, so that you can get your first purchase 10% off. Anyway, that's all I got for today, we the people. Thank you once again for tuning in. The only other thing we want from you would simply be to never stop loving the good old Constitution.